some scheduling kind of things that got set up this week. The Weenus annual chili cook-off will be Saturday, June 27th at 3 p.m. Everyone is welcome. It will be hosted in Petaluma, California. Anybody wants to come?
House?
Let me know. Yep.
All right, maybe I'll try to make it.
You don't have to make a chili. You can also, there's also salt. I think we're gonna try to do salsas too. You don't need to make a chili. You could just come and eat chili if you want. It's heavily encouraged. Hopefully we'll have, this is gonna be the second annual, so we'll see how it goes. Ever since they canceled the Petaluma Chili Cook-Off, which was an actual like paid event or whatever, we were like, we need to have something, so we started our own, and it's just a group of friends. It's a good time, food, drinks, and all that jazz. Send me a message or DM if you want more information. Also, I think we're gonna do WeenusCon in Las Vegas again this year. I think we're gonna do it 2020. I think we're gonna do it on Halloween, and I think we're gonna call it HalloweenusCon 2020.
Perfect.
So
I guess I'm gonna be you for Halloween.
You could. I mean, you're gonna have to put on a lot of weight to do that, but you know, if you're that dedicated to the cause, I'm sure you could do it. Dondris, welcome, buddy.
No.
Has redeemed Wacky Wavy Boy for 769 mother cluckers, so we better do that now. Cue up the Wacky Wavy Boy. Let's go. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna take this time to hand brush my hair and act like I'm dancing. I'm looking at it on stream. I'm saying that it looks like a fucking chinchilla attacked me.
Chinchillas? Have you ever been attacked by a chinchilla? I'm just
no, but I'm assuming it would look something like this, like it just like the Hanzo bird's nest skin, you know, like it just gets in there and teases the fuck out of your hair until it's just one big ratted
just
mess over here. That's what it was like. I mean,
yeah.
Getting ready for the show, I mean, you know, we were talking beforehand, so I had very little time, and yeah. Just slapped some water on my hair from the sink and brushed it. Not well enough.
Oh no! Murda says, I have a wedding to go to on Halloween. RIP! I hope it's a very spooky and good time for that wedding, though. White chicken chili. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, now I want chili. Oh my god. Although it's been
chicken chili?
White chicken chili?
Yeah, I prefer white meat chicken over dark meat chicken because the dark meat chicken is typically like the things that are on the bones, and we already talked about it. I don't like chicken with bones in it, right? I mean, they're all on bones, but like it's more popular to have like a thigh or whatever. It's just
yeah.
But
oh, Clumsy with the 69 bits. Thank you so much. Dontra said they got the 4-man healer comp and ARAM finally. Oh man, that can be brutal. We accidentally queued into a 3-man Storm League, three healers, and we're like, this is not going to work, and we just like ended up dominating. It just sometimes it clicks, sometimes it doesn't, but it's always fun to try new stuff.
Oh, to add insult to injury with my playing games today, after losing, I did some brawls.
Yeah.
And ended up against Tiger and his stream.
Oh,
you know, Tiger. You know, he's trying hard.
Not my Tiger. Your Tiger.
Tiger JK.
Yeah.
And so some of the people that are in my stream occasionally, like Saxy German, you know, he was on the other team. He came into the stream, was like, sorry, Slexia in advance. And we lost. Not without fighting the good fight, though.
Yeah, you always got to fight to the end.
Yeah.
Dual Alex, Lieutenant Morales, Karazim, and Greymane. Yikes, 33-3. That is quite a record. Well, that pretty much sums up what I had going on this week. You know, just playing games, hanging out. My aunt sent me some cassette tapes, and she wanted to convert them into CDs, which is kind of funny because CDs, even at this point, are kind of like like kind of out of the current technology. So it's like going from one to the other. I still use CDs because I have an older car.
I remember. I was gonna say,
I do.
You know, you do.
But they were songs from my dad's band from like the 80s, and it was kind of fun to listen to. I was getting a little piece of history before my time.
Wow. Can you sing one of the songs or tell us like the genre, what kind of style?
Feeling so much better now. Feeling so much better now.
Oh my god. Do we have any like pictures of this band or anything like that?
I could probably pull some up at some point. I don't have any on me right now, but it was pretty much a Christian celebration band.
Oh, I was just gonna ask if it was a religious band.
Yeah, it definitely
But
was.
lol, love it. Lol, lol, lol.
So it's pretty good. You should convert them to MP3 and play it on the show. Yeah, I could play some at some point. Get those queued in. Oh my goodness. So anyways, so I converted those, and it was fun listening. It was fun listening to that, and also a crazy, not a crazy, just like a really old relative who there was like a 30-minute clip of them just talking conversation in the car, and they're like bring up stories from their past and stuff in the family, and none of the people that I really knew because she was pretty old. So these were like back in the day stories. And it was funny because she's at this point where she's so old and she just doesn't care. Like, you know, sometimes like old people, they just do stuff because they're like, I'm old. Yeah. I'm not trying to impress anybody.
Right.
I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, this is how it was. This is what really happened. And this is, you know, and so you get like kind of like a raw version of people that, you know, sometimes you miss out on. And so get to hear some spicy stories from the past was great. All right, sorry. We will move on. We're going to move this right along. As soon as I find the right button, we're going to move on to
Wait, don't switch it over. One thing to add to my week, I was age shamed for mentioning a cassette that I have when I was younger.
Uh-huh.
And the person said, "Are you sure it wasn't an 8-track?" And it cut deep, and I'm still healing.
Rip. You know what we say about that?
That's not acceptable overall. I'm sorry.
No age shaming. Oh my goodness. I love that clip from 7th Ace.
That's not acceptable overall. I'm sorry.
That's so good. Not just ask Venus Dyslexia, why do you think it's snowing in the Nexus? Well, you gotta wait! Discord? Uh-oh.
Direct all questions for next week's show.
Do it in the Discord. Well, I mean, we are a little bit short, so maybe we get to it. But let's get to not that. How about this? Let's go to questionable questions. That is so 7, says Murda. Why do you think it's snowing in the Nexus? I don't know. It's too hot. They're doing the winter event in the summer because they have lost developers and they're just reusing content. I don't know. Could it be a new hero? Could it be Snowman Boy? The original Nexus hero? Snowman Boy? Probably not.
Maybe it's because the seasons in the Nexus are like the seasons in Australia for us.
Ooh.
You know, like it's winter there when it's summer here.
Okay. Yeah.
And we're just really going too deep into speculation here.
Could be. Hopefully it's a clue. Hopefully it's a clue we get. Reinhardt says Luchamite. Could be. So spiders? I'm not sure what that means, but I'm down.
So yeah, spiders. More spiders in the Nexus confirmed. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, Dax Erotic69 asks, if you two get a divorce, who gets custody of me?
Venus.
Okay. I don't have to fight you for it? You're just going to hand over?
I don't want any responsibility for anyone but, you know, myself. So, yeah, you.
Perfect.
You can have them.
Easy. Let's go through these quickfire. Would you rather have your body found on a pile of sex toys or a pile of drugs?
Sex toys.
Same. I don't want there to be any ambiguity about how I died. It was definitely the horse-sized dildo that did it. That's the way I go.
No autopsy needed. It's evident right there in your butt.
I mean, maybe it could be both, like a pile of sex toys and a pile of drugs. And just be like, well, at least he went out.
Maybe sex toys are your drug.
There you go. At least he went out doing the things he loves, being a degenerate. Perfect. Just kidding. If you have a pile of sex toys or a pile of drugs, we don't think you're a degenerate. We just think you're living your life.
There's
all right.
No we.
There's no we. There is we in weed. There is we in weenus too.
Speaking of weed, that was a super weird stream last night to be involved with. Misty or whatever.
Misty
talking about having her mother-in-law mail her weed. I was just like, all right, well, I'm just gonna play Sylvanas. I cannot relate.
I wonder how that works. I've always wondered too how that works. But she has some plants that she grows in her house. I was thinking of doing it too, but I decided not to because I got to clean my garage first, and I don't really smoke it, so I just be giving it to my friends.
Ass rats all over the place.
That's part of the cleanup. It's part of the cleanup. I have been patching some of the holes, but these rats, man, they're becoming carnivorous. It may just take care of itself, and then there's just going to be one huge rat left in the attic who has eaten and consumed all the other rats. Hashtag no rat droppings in the chili. That's not a very good sales point, is it? All right.
Hashtag join me in rat chili.
That's
on
right.
June 27th in Petaluma, California.
Is this a white chicken chili? No, it's a brown rat chili. Isn't it delicious? Oh! All right. Why don't you read the next two?
Okay. Would you rather have a time machine that only goes back in time or a time machine that only goes forward in time?
Oh, Australia weather equals spiders. Okay, I get it. Australia weather equals butters, says Buttspot. Clumsy says that Dax might have to go straight back to the orphanage. Rip.
I've never expressed any interest in wanting to adopt him in the first place, so I don't know why that was even asked.
It would be the first, like the first reversed custody hearing ever. Be like, I don't want the child. They must take him. The other side's like, no, I don't want him either. They have to take him. And so instead of someone wanting custody, it's both people like trying to make them go with the other person.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I want Dax.
So, would you rather have a time machine that only goes back in time or a time machine that only goes forward in time, Weenus?
I would pick one that only goes back in time. And I would use it to go back like probably 20 seconds, maybe 10 seconds at a time. Not like huge jumps back. But mostly when I do something or say something really dumb, I'd be like, let's do that again. And I'd go back like 15 seconds.
Yeah. Going forward in time just seems kind of like, ooh.
Either that or...
Wait, did I die?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's too grim. Like, let's go back in time. Yeah, as Cher says.
Either that or I could take the one that goes forward and just jump forward 100 years and be like, and we're done. Click. All right, next.
You can't travel back.
No, I don't want to.
You can only go forward. Well, wait. If you can only go back or forward, does that mean you can never go back to current time? This is a deep question. I never realized.
I feel like if you go, I think you can. Well, if you go back in time, then I think it goes back to that point in time. Then it continues, like time goes back to normal after that. So I think you could keep going back. Whereas if you go forward, like it's something that's never happened before, and so like I don't think you'd know what to see.
But if you could only go back, like could you go to the current time after going back in time? Or can you just keep going?
Oh no,
back?
You have to stay there. You have to stay there. You can't jump forward back to where you went back from. Like you just jump back and back and back and back as many times as you want, but you can never return to where you jump back from.
Murda's getting super deep in chat. If you go back in time, you could alter the timeline and never end up in your old current time. Whoa!
Whoa! I agree. That's why I'd only go back like 10 or 15 seconds. So I wouldn't change any like major things, just stupid shit that I did along the way. Although, no, I wouldn't go back in time and not eat that Chinese food out of the garbage. I would still do it.
You know what I would do? I would go back in time to that Valentine's Day in Florida when you got catfished and watch it all happen. And go watch Avatar twice with popcorn and just look at you getting a hand job in the theater. Like,
well, unlike, yeah. Well, at least
my cowlick is showing. Not working.
Well, my balls weren't blue, but those Avatar aliens certainly were. My goodness, that was... Yeah, I mean, that might be worth it right there. Like, erase, like, 10 years from your life just to watch Weenus get catfished for 3 days.
Oh my god, I would record it with a device that existed back then. And keep it with me and bring it to the present. And be like, all right, guys, welcome to Cheer69, episode 30. I finally have the video of Weenus getting catfished.
Some people would use the time machines for good and like helping people and like eliminating suffering. Slexia just uses it to catch all the embarrassing things in Weenus's life and then shares them in a live stream. Perfect. I'm all for it.
Yeah. There
will always be suffering, but all the embarrassing points in Weenus's life, that's priceless. All right.
I'll go back to when you shit your pants in the car.
Oh. Be like, You know how you are about smells though, so like you're gonna get hit with that for real. Oh, that reminds me, this is about the shit your pants time. There was my girlfriend at the time was gonna go somewhere, and so me and my friends hid in the back of her. She had like a small station wagon, kind of like Ford Taurus kind of thing, whatever. So we hid in the back, and because we knew that she was gonna get in the car, so she got in the car, and we waited until she was like 15 minutes down the road, and then we both popped up and just were like, "Ah!" Like we almost all died because the car, like,
my God,
definitely went through like 4 or 5 lanes. We did it on the freeway too. Bad idea.
what the hell?
It was, yeah, so that was about the same time. That was pretty funny. And that's another time of when I almost died.
All right, next question. Would you rather have no penis or 5 penises?
5 penises, easy.
At once?
Is
this like...
Yes, I believe it's at once. I don't think it's like your
on
penis.
Your person? Like,
I
would you rather have...
Mm-hmm.
No, well, I don't... Okay, well, I would rather have my vagina, thank you, so no penis.
So you're gonna go with no penis? I guess that's a little bit easier, huh?
Yeah, what about you? You said 5?
Oh, definitely 5. Definitely 5. So I don't know if it's like a cluster, like a bunch of bananas where they're like all together, or if there's like, here's one on each palm of my hand and one coming out of my eye socket. If it's like that, I'd still take the 5 penises because that's pretty unique, and I think, you know, more is less in that case, I guess. I don't know.
What if one of them was just up your ass?
Then I definitely take 5 penises. 5 penises,
what if
easy.
all 5 of them were up your ass?
Then it's just a regular Saturday night, right? Like, yeah, let's go. Murda says 5 penises, easy. Clip that one. Be like a big mouse penises of the hormone monster. Yep.
What if it were 5 penises but only 2 balls and they were huge balls, like the size of, I don't know,
watermelons?
One of those like those aerobic balls that you bounce on.
Oh my God.
And what if 2 of the penises were under your arms, like your armpits within those?
Okay.
And so, like, you know,
submit it to the Discord. Next week we can get to it in quick. No, I'm just kidding. I would if I had balls the size of those aerobic balls, I would rather just have nothing. Forget
it'd be
it.
so comfortable to sit though. Like,
no, have you ever sat on your balls?
Yeah.
It's not fun. No, it is not a good time.
I have no idea what that feels like. Yeah, my bad.
But it's a good question. But if it was like that, yeah, forget it. Like, I just want to be a Ken doll down there, maybe get a tattoo of like a. There's got to be like some kind of hole, otherwise, you gotta pee. But anyways.
So if you had all 5 dicks in your ass, and then like your balls were just at your chest, then what?
Then no.
Okay. So you'd rather not have a penis, is what you're saying.
Right, than aerobic sized testicles? No. That is just it's unwieldy. You can't do anything, Lexia. You can't do anything when you have balls that size.
You can empty them.
Probably not. I don't think you could even reach
kidding.
over them. It's just like, you'd need like those little robotic pinchy claws, like just reach. Never mind. You get the idea.
You could just have them removed.
Right. There you go. So would you rather have like no penis or 5 penises up your ass and huge balls and getting it all removed, and then you have no penis? Probably just go with no penis with the ball addendum. All right. Would you rather have sex with your cousin in secret or not have sex with your cousin, but everyone think you did? Would think you did. These are all from Dax, by the way.
I said I didn't want to answer this because it's stupid. So not have sex with. I'd rather like who's gonna speculate?
Family members.
And why should I give a fuck?
Family members and family members. I don't know. I only have one cousin, and it's a dude. And I think. I don't know. I could go either way. I'd ask him. I'd be like, dude, do you want to do it? Or do you want everyone to think we did it? It's up to you. And whatever he said, I'd go with. Because it involves another person. And I would ask him. And I'd go with his recommendation. Would you rather grant everyone's sexual wishes or have all of your own sexual wishes granted?
So, assuming that all of the sexual wishes of others are,
not harmful
legal
to other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would rather
not hurting
grant
anyone.
them, right. grant them for others.
Mm-hmm.
Not personally, not me taking care of those, but like letting them enjoy that, because I could work on my own. Like, why be so stingy? Also, like, would this all happen at once, or would it be for the rest of my life? Like, just I'd rather grant it to everyone else, unless it denies me of ever having mine granted. Then we have a different conversation. But yeah.
That's good. That's good. Clumsy asking, would you be the top or bottom weenus? I guess. I mean, I don't want to. Yeah, I guess I'd let my cousin choose too, because I love my cousin, and I don't want him to make him feel uncomfortable or feel like he got a dick up the ass that he didn't want. So
Right.
I'm gonna let him choose, and I'm treating it like a life or death kind of thing instead of like a would you rather, because obviously would I rather neither of those things. But if like this gun to the head, you got to make a choice. I'm gonna involve him. All right. I would say I agree with granting everyone's sexual wishes. I think that would end a lot of conflict of people who just need to get laid. And I think it would chill everybody out a little bit. So yeah, give everyone their sexual wishes, and maybe they can get rid of some of that negative energy and
right,
push it a different direction, right?
Down. Yeah.
Getting them bottom vibes from Weenus' Duntris.
You didn't need the answer to that question to get those vibes, Duntris. Welcome to the show.
Yes, welcome. All right, now a question that's a little bit more deep and psychological. All right, this one comes from Valk, saying an episode of the new animated podcast Mindfucky Psychological Exploration Show, The Midnight Gospel, hones in on hope as detrimental to our quality of life. This idea that we crutch/torture ourselves with these near or distant desires, goals, or maybe so's. Do you guys consider yourselves hopeful folk or more skeptical realists? So that is the first question. We'll separate that one out. And from where does this stem from you? How has it changed over time? And what do you think of this fuck hope perspective as a way of empowering us to grow past our perceived limitations and expectations? What do you think, Slexia? Do you want to go first or second?
Sorry, my eyes are burning and bleeding from that.
It's dense. Ooh. It's a dense one.
We are getting deep tonight. Cowlick, hello, what do you think? So this is all right. We need to buckle up.
Uh-oh.
Oof.
Boom.
Are we really taking the show here right now with everything going on?
I think it's more of a surface level question, but you could go deeper if you want to. I mean, okay. I wouldn't say it's a surface level question. I think it's a question that has answers to it that could be at several depths, if that makes sense. Like if you feel like getting deep, you can, and if you want to just kind of give more of a general idea about the being hopeful or more skeptical, you could do that too. Whatever you feel comfortable doing and want to talk about.
Well, first of all, I don't think hope or goals are detrimental to our quality of life. I think not having something to look forward to or something to aspire to is more detrimental. As we can probably all kind of realize and see while in quarantine, lack of jobs, lack of things to do, lack of things to look forward to. It's really something that takes its toll on you mentally, which can in turn affect you physically. Look at Weenus' sleep schedule. I think that the idea that it's a crutch or that we torture ourselves all depends on how you treat yourself for not meeting these goals, meeting these things that you've set for yourself to reach.
I agree.
If you're negative about it, if you don't reach your goal and you give up, of course that's going to be detrimental. If you are proud of yourself for trying and you revisit your strategy and your attempt and how to reapproach it, then you're improving. And that's something to be hopeful about and be positive about. I've made and worked on many projects in my career and put together project plans, and they're what we call agile project plans, where you put together a starting point and an end point with the tasks in the middle of how to reach that end point. And you assess you assess your success at the end point, or you assess your failure, and then you reconvene and try again if it wasn't good. You don't, like, the end point may be point Z, but we're only talking from A to B. So I think that hope is something we all need. And if we get like spiritual about it, or we get too deep about it, you know, we also can't be ignorant about just hoping that, let's say, this whole movement right now resolves itself, right? You can't just hope for that. That's not actually being active or doing something about it. But if you care enough to do something about it, your hope can then turn into an action. So I don't know. That's my abbreviated answer, I guess, off the cuff. And then the second part of the question, from where does this stem for you? How has it changed over time? And what do you think of this fuck hope perspective as a way of empowering us to grow past our perceived limitations and grandiose expectations? I think hope is synonymous with different things. And if you interpret hope as something that's just some sort of empty nothing, then you're not going to be empowered. If hope doesn't mean that you have a goal in mind that you work to achieve, then, I mean, I don't know. I think this question is really heavy.
It is, yeah.
Hope is not an enemy. I think that you need hope to also realize that you need perseverance. You need hope to realize that you're going to fail. You need hope to have the initiative to take the first step to reach a goal. And that's like the most concise thing I could say about it. So anyway.
Yeah, no, I think that was a very, very good answer. Born to Shine, thank you for stopping by. Thank you very much for the 69 bits. And thank you, Slexia, for diving into that. And I agree with almost everything, if not everything that you're saying. I think we kind of feel the same about this. Just as one more, I guess, extrapolation, would you consider yourself a hopeful or skeptical realist? Or a combination?
I'm skeptical. I am a worst case scenario thinker. Okay. But because I like to plan for the worst, right?
But
prepare for the worst.
It's not mutually exclusive, though. You can still have hope, right? Yeah.
And I never go into any project or activity where there's a goal in sight with the intention of failing, right?
Right.
So I hope to be successful, but I plan for all of the bad shit that could happen in between. It's a lot more work than just thinking like in a streamline, like A to B. It is very like A, bullet point, Roman numeral 1, lowercase a, you know, it's just, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Dontra says, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I think that's kind of relates to what you're talking about a little bit. You know, always have in mind what could possibly happen and go wrong so that you know the best way to counter it and move forward from there. But hope that everything's going to work out and go according to plan.
Yeah. And with all of that being said, as much as I thought this question was really heavy, it made me feel like for the first time in a while, I've been engaged in something that's not trivial. So thank you, Valk, for actually asking something that isn't like, oh, do you like penises better than dicks, or like what's your favorite dick? Like, thank you for bringing something to the show with substance, because it's really got to the point where it's all sexual questions. And when you asked what kind of questions we look for, I appreciate you taking the time to ask something like this.
Yeah, otherwise we just end up with...
I did see a duck's dick one time at the park.
All the time combined with...
Yes,
like butt cheeks.
We only have clips like that.
Like taut butt cheeks.
Yeah, it's good to get some substance in there as well. Yeah, no, very good question.
About ducks' dicks and like, oh, I'd rather please other people, and
I will shit my pants.
I'd rather not fuck my
Yeah.
cousin. And then, here we are over here.
Yeah.
Answering something real.
We could
But,
probably do a whole show just like on this question alone because
I
it's
could.
multifaceted. But it's fun. It's good to have fun and joke around, and then it's also good to like talk about things of substance as well. So balance is good. Moderation in all things is something I've heard and haven't taken to heart. But I think it's probably a good thing. Mix it up a little bit. Thank you very much for the 69-bit Slexia. How can you multitask like that? You are a skilled artisan. You are a Jane of all trades. What's the female version of Jack? Jane?
Jill?
Joe?
Maybe Jack and Jill.
Oh,
And
Jill.
then there's John and Jane. Right?
Okay, there you go.
Jack and
Okay, Jill of
John
all
Doe,
trades.
Jane Doe.
Yeah, excellent. A Karen of all trades. That's never gonna catch on. So my quick answer to this question, I think you covered like pretty much everything, very well, and I agree with it. And I think we share a lot of common goals there. I think goals are not a bad thing. I think sometimes learning how to create goals that are attainable is a valuable skill. If you have a goal that's set too high, you may get disinterested with your goal, or you may lose heart because it's such a high and unattainable goal. So like I think you could have that as like an end point, but like setting attainable smaller goals I think is very good because it gives you motivation and it gives you a reason that you're working towards. Because otherwise, without any goals, without any hopes, like what's the point? You're just kind of like, here I am, just getting through life. Like I don't really have any kind of direction. And when you're a kid, things are kind of set up. Like, all right, you're gonna go to school, and you're like, okay, well, I guess my goal is to get through school, do my homework, and blah 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 blah. Then it comes to grades, and then you go to college, and you're like, all right, I guess my goal is to figure out, where I'm gonna go, what my degree is gonna be, and then you go into the workforce, and you're like, my goal is to get a good job and stuff like that. And then you reach a, kind of like adulthood past school, and it's not like this cookie cutter like idea of what you need to do at that point. And from there, it's really up to you. And you've been told your whole life, these are the things you need to do. And then at that point, you got to come up with goals for yourself. And that's hard for some people, and some people don't like to do it. And some people, feel a little bit frustrated with that, but it's something to explore. And I think having hopes, goals, and things like that really improve quality of life because it feels like you have a purpose. And that can be something that's really good in a time like this where everyone is kind of feeling a little bit hopeless and listless and maybe can't really do the goals that they have in mind right now. So
right. And also, like, God, here we go. Okay, the whole show's about this fucking question now. It's like, I'm talking specifically about hope with things that you put initiative into and motivation into. For example, right now with the way things are and like how you may or may not be working, you may or may not be on curfew, you may or may not have the ability to, go to the grocery store because of your like health or something. The tiniest goals, like I'm going to take a shower today, I'm going to do a load of laundry, like those are little things. But like some people really have like outrageous hopes and dreams, and that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have outrageous hopes and dreams, but if you're like
micro hopes and macro hopes, nice.
I'm just like, it's basically like, we're not talking about I hope to win the lottery one day or something like that, like of course we all hope to win the lottery, but it's like something you can put your energy towards to do something that's more in your hands is what I'm talking about, not something that's up to fate or this isn't a religious topic or anything like that. Not like I have faith that I'll win the lottery, or
sure,
I hope that I'm blessed with this cancer being healed without treatment type of thing. Like, I don't know. But anyway, I took it to a dark place. Let's move on.
All right, let's move right along. Let's get back to something maybe a little bit lighter. But thank you for the questions, and thank you, Slexia, for sharing how you feel about it, and other people in chat as well. We could talk about real stuff too, and I'm sure we will continue to do so in the future. But for now, people are monsters. Let's hit it. I swear we're gonna do a shorter show, and then it goes like becomes the longest show ever. All right, this is People Are Monsters. We are not gonna go over the first news story. We're just gonna mention it. It's been talked about, but a ruling just came down, and Tiger King's Carol Baskin is awarded Joe Exotic's FMR Zoo, so she gets it. Carol Baskin has won. God damn it, Carol Baskin. All right. We will cover the second news story because I took some time to clip a video of it. We won't tell you about it. We'll just let you watch it. My goodness. Here's the headline: Giant butt plug gnome statue unveiled by man suspended by hooks in his own flesh. This happened on May 31st. Here is the clip. The whole thing is like 20 minutes long. Here's just the minute that you need to see. That's Carol Baskin. And here's the clip.
Jesus Christ.
I wanted to skip straight to when they unveiled it, but I wanted a close-up on the guy so you could see like those hooks in him. Art. No, please, says Valk. This is art, says Murda. It's funny because... Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's a very slow reveal. Edging that statue. What's up, Rag? Welcome to the big butt plug unveiling. 12 people clap. It was kind of funny too, because at the very beginning they had like a couple people speak about it and stuff, and the first guy, I almost clipped him too, because he's like, I'm so excited about my statue, and he's like totally like just like going into it, and then the next guy comes up the MC and he's like, how we doing, motherfuckers? And it was just like, it's like, what is this? Like, this a lot of money went into this. A lot of money like went into this. So like, what? Let's see. I think it's in Oslo. Ekberg Park in Oslo. So there it is. I mean, that's a big statue. I'm sure it was commissioned or whatever, but people are down. Like, why not? Like, go for it. Like, if you want a gnome with a huge butt plug, like, let's do it. It is a gnome with a butt plug, yeah.
Yeah, and it's red. I'm curious about the color. That's like the thing I noticed, because it makes it look like Santa.
Yeah. I kind of. No, okay, we're not gonna play this whole thing again. But look at those hooks. Like, I think the guy with the hooks is like a little bit more interesting than the statue. But also, what is it? Is it like a black bathing suit? Maybe it's just shorts.
I think it's underwear. It's shorts. It's shorts.
Yeah.
They're skin tight. I mean, the hooks in the back of his thigh are really the ones that are like, ugh, to me.
Oh, God. Okay, can't show that anymore. Oof.
Did you look at them?
I just focused on the ones in the... Don't look. Oh, don't...
The back of his thigh?
Oh, God. Oh,
Let's
God.
go. Which ones are you focusing on?
Oh, it's like getting the... You know, like getting a Charlie horse in your calf muscles? You're like, oh! Like,
my
imagine...
leg hairs are like growing from the goosebumps in my legs from you talking about that. Like, ugh, I'm cringing.
Imagine that feeling, and then with hooks through on like, big metal hooks going through your Charlie horses. Oh,
imagine getting a Charlie horse while the hooks are in your body.
That's something I would want to watch. Like, he's
and
like
you're
trying
suspended
to.
in air, and
It's just like it's like flopping around like a dolphin out of water. I don't know.
You just like would have to tighten your body, like butt cheeks taut.
Taut butt cheeks. I think it would be.
My mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
All right, moving forward. That was the People Are Monsters. Let's move on real quickly to a rotating segment. Open your ear holes. Okay, I want to do two things real quick here for this. Where did I put that? Maybe I put it. No, I didn't put it there. Maybe I put it. Where did I put it? Maybe it's here. Okay. So there's a tier ranking website where you can rank things. I'm like, oh, let's rank all the Taco Bell items, and I did it, and I was like, this is not the right ranking for me. I put all the Taco Bell items at S tier just because I have a problem, and it's Taco Bell, and I'm like, okay, this clearly is not a good idea. But yeah, so I did that, and I was like, okay, maybe that's not the right call. So instead, I'm going to, let's see, show this. Okay, so this is a little bit, I think this is a little bit more confrontational, at least for normal people. Ranking the candy bars between bottom tier, low tier, mid tier, high tier, top tier. Slexia, let's trade off. You pick the first one that you want to rank. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. So I'm not a huge fan of candy bars, so there's only a few I like here. This is going to be easy for me to put all of them in the trash tier. I would like to rank Snickers as top tier.
Nice. I agree with that. That is where I would put it as well. Murda says Reese's S tier. I also agree. These are the only two I put in the top tier. How do you feel about Reese's?
Those can be in the top tier.
Clumsy says Almond Joy bottom tier. Disgusting.
Not. I was going to put Almond Joy in like top tier or high tier. Okay,
I was gonna put it in mid tier, so we'll compromise, put high tier.
Okay.
I mean, I do. Yeah. Oh, it's the Mounds. Mounds would be lower. Almond Joy, it gets a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Almond Joy is awful, says Clumsy. Almond bottom. Twix easy bottom tier. Twix I put pretty high too. I like Twix. Where would you put Twix?
Twix could be like on the same level as Almond Joy for me, honestly.
I would put it high tier.
It's dynamic. But... Yeah, let's do high tier. It's dynamic. It has, caramel. It has the cracker thing. I don't know. It's better than Milky Way, which I put at bottom tier.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, and Three Musketeers. Sorry, Three Musketeers, bottom tier.
We're getting there, but I agree. Let's put it there. Rag has redeemed Mini Papa for 969 mother cluckers. So here we go. I'm going to shoot one of these directly at my face, and we'll see how this goes. Oh, yes.
Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm seeing it now. I thought you got shot in real life. My
thank you.
Fucking God.
Thank you for redeeming your Mini Papa. Oh, I have a lot left over from the birthday stream, so they're there. I also have the big ones too. Oh, it's got a little bit on my shoulder still. It took
now light a match and let's see if it explodes in there.
Oh my goodness! It took about 30 minutes to clean up all the confetti from that birthday stream. I tell you what. Oh, come on. All right, Clumsy has redeemed.
Clumsy's a basic bitch, bottom tier basic bitch.
All right, here's a bigger one. He's redeemed a big Papa. So let's do this to the face.
Close your eyes really tightly.
Oh.
Please, your mouth.
Oh, that one kind of sucked. That one didn't spread. Here we go.
No, that one was good.
Confetti to the face. Well, I couldn't see it. Come on. Come on. Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness.
Why was your mouth like this, like to the side, like?
I'm tempted not to catch it in my mouth when something shoots all over my face. I just kind of want to catch it.
It reminds me of that little munchkin from Wizard of Oz. It's like, we represent that, and it's.
Sometimes you gotta play with it before it pops. Yeah, like it's like it's got this thing. It's like twist here, and then you twist it, and you're like twisting it. You're like, maybe I should do it with my mouth open. That sounds like a bad idea.
That reminds me of those cans of biscuits that I'm absolutely terrified of.
Oh
like
yeah.
Paper on them.
Yeah.
Like it's just like a Jack in the Box, where it's like.
When's it gonna pop?
But there's no musical cue, so you don't know.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. And like that one story always gets me where it's like the woman was driving and when it exploded after she went grocery shopping and her car and it like the biscuit projected or like flew and onto the back of her head and she thought she was shot and that she was holding her brain.
But it's just biscuits?
Biscuit. It was a fucking biscuit.
Yeah.
Oh, like you hear this pop, right? And you're like,
Pop,
"Fuck,
boom.
I've been hit. Oh my god, my brain.
I've been shot. Yeah. Oh my
it's
god.
a fucking biscuit.
I love it. Full facial says Clumsy. Sometimes you gotta play with it before it pops. Yep, that was the money shot. Says Murda. Weenus loves just getting it in the face. Those are so fucking scary. Rag agrees. You can't lay a finger on my Butterfinger. Are we jackboxing? Yes, we will in just a little bit. Tempest, welcome. Let's finish this up real quick. All right. Three Musketeers, bottom tier. Baby Ruth, I would say low tier or bottom tier. What do you think?
Let's put low tier.
All right.
At least
Milky
it's
Way.
Hold on. Okay, Milky Way to me is bottom tier. Honestly,
Bottom tier.
It's just as basic as Three Musketeers, except it has caramel.
Yeah, it just has a little bit more than Three Musketeers. What do you guys think in chat? Is Milky Way bottom tier, low tier, or do you guys think it's higher? Because I think it's either one of those two. Myself, especially the midnight dark ones. Like, I know how to make Milky Ways better. We'll make it dark chocolate. No, get out of here.
You just never make them again, right?
Weenus, fight for me. That shit is top tier. Wow, for the Milky Way, says Clumsy.
Clumsy, it's absolute trash. Bottom tier.
Dontra says bottom. Do we have any kind of tiebreaker for the chat vote?
A
bottom like Weenus. All right, then we're going to put it in the top tier. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we'll drop it. We'll drop it in low tier. Milky Way and Three Musketeers are both top. Okay, Clumsy. Now I know you're full of garbage. Three Musketeers is just
He's an actual trash can. All right.
Love you, Clumsy. All right, what do you pick the next item?
All right, let's talk about Butterfinger.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be high tier or mid tier.
I would go with mid tier. I could see it being high tier. I just the thing I don't like about Butterfingers is how it gets stuck in your teeth.
Stuck in your teeth, mid tier. You're right.
But I just every time I get one, I'm like, oh yes, I'm more excited about it before I eat it, and then after I eat it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be eating this for the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's like I definitely have a cavity from eating this.
Absolutely, Murda. Butterfinger is a bit of a tooth sticker, but they are tasty, so good. Okay, M&Ms. I would put it high tier if they're peanut. If they're just chocolate M&Ms, they're bottom.
We're bottom tiering this bitch.
Bottom tier those chocolate little bunny poops.
Basic shit.
Put a peanut in those bitches and they're definitely going high tier. But without, no, I'm sorry. Bottom tier. Toblerone. This one's tough.
This is like more of a preference thing. Like if you do like the nougat that's in it, I believe it's not top tier for me, but I like how clever the packaging is, and it makes the experience of eating it great with the way it breaks apart. So to me, I could see that as a mid-tier or a low tier personally. Like, would I buy a Toblerone before I would buy a Milky Way? Absolutely. That puts it mid-tier. Would I buy a Toblerone before a Butterfinger? I don't know. So maybe it's mid-tier. What do you think?
I think Toblerone is something that everybody knows about, but no one has as much experience with Toblerone as they do with like any of the other items on this list. Toblerone is like something that appears like sometimes in a Christmas basket, or like if you just want to shove like a huge candy that sticks out like a triangle, a pyramid of chocolate somewhere, you can do that. I don't like candies that you have to work with. Like you can't just bite into a Toblerone. You have to like kind of separate it. Otherwise you're like biting onto chocolate crocodile teeth.
I feel like the experience of it, that's part of it. Like savor one triangle at a time. If you're, are eating that, I think it's like mid tier. It's definitely better than Milky Way.
Yeah, I would put it mid tier. Just mid tier. Just because Toblerone bar. But sometimes you could do fun things, like we bought a Toblerone bar and a box of condoms, and we stuck the Toblerone in the condom and left it on my friend's car overnight. And his mom found the car in the morning, and the Toblerone bar was gone, but the condom was still there. He told us about it later. I know we've talked about this before, but for people who haven't heard the story, he's like, "Did you guys put a condom on my car?" And me and my friend were like, just a condom? He's like, yeah, there was just a condom on my card. We were like, oh my god, someone or something ate that Toblerone out of the condom. Oh, all right. So that happened. Never trust a food. You have to Google what it is first. Rag's never heard of Toblerone before. There you go.
He lives a sheltered life, a basic life, and that's okay. Let's move on.
Kit Kat, I would put at mid or high.
Same. I would say high because I would
Same.
buy Kit Kat before Toblerone.
Mm-hmm. Hershey's and Crunch Bar are about the same for me, and I think I'd put them either in low or bottom.
Low. Yeah, like bottom for Hershey's if it doesn't have almonds. Like,
sure,
I need nuts inside of this. Like,
mm-hmm.
chocolate. If I'm gonna, like, I don't even like chocolate that much. I used to not like chocolate at all. So like, to have, like, that's a big chunk of chocolate. Like, it needs to have nuts in it. And
Yeah.
Crunch, it's just like,
Hershey's is for s'mores, though, says Dontress. Yes, and if it was s'mores, it would probably be high tier. But it's just the bar by itself, so I think bottom tier is where it is. You're out here Googling chocolate? Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, I think we came to a pretty good conclusion. I'm sorry, Clumsy, that your Musketeers ended up way low and Milky Way towards the bottom, but I think that's more of the common consensus.
I want to reassess this. Like, I want to make sure we're comfortable with Milky Way in low tier, not bottom. Like, are we good with that?
I think Milky Way is on the same level as Crunch. Baby Ruth is okay. Baby Ruth is an example of, like, have they gone too far with nuts? Yes, they have. It's like all nuts.
Nutty. A little
yes.
too nutty. But also, it's like, you could get a Baby Ruth if it's like, I haven't eaten anything all day. I need some protein, right? Like,
yeah,
it's like, really not that healthy, but there's a lot of nutty shit going on.
It's like, yeah, exactly. You get some, you know, you got to get some protein from all those all those nuts. I think Milky Way has enough different stuff into it where it clearly deserves a rank up over the Three Musketeers.
Okay, there's literally only like what, caramel instead, but sure. It's just fucking disgusting. So yeah, I think this is fine.
Yeah, there's definitely some things missing, like O. Henry and the cookies and cream Hershey's bar. I would put at least at mid, maybe into high. I really like that. It's like white chocolate with like the little. Oh my god. Anyways,
I like the candy bar, the Whatchamacallit. It's literally called Whatchamacallit. I would put that top tier.
I will have to try it. I don't think I ever have. But thanks for doing that silly thing. People got a little bit more excited about that. It took a little bit more time than I thought. Slexi, I have some pictures to show you, if you don't mind.
I can't wait.
And I would like you to try and come up with a title for the image, not describe it. And I looked at these a little bit, but I haven't come up with titles myself. So, chat, if you want to participate as well. Here is the original image that kind of, I think, is kind of like the father of all of these kinds of images, saying like, what's going on here? Here it is. What would you title this as? That is my Taco Bell dream list, so ignore that. Did I put it here? Maybe I put it here? That's where I put it. What would you title this as? There's a lot going on here, so it's multi-layered.
A prom date that can't say no.
There you go. I like it. I don't even know what I would call this. I guess I would call it a drive-by wedding. I don't know, but there's just so many questions to ask. All right, next one. That's Carol Baskin. How about this one?
Sad.
Rag says UPS forgot to drop off my sewing machine on prom. Nice. Heist of the perfect wedding gift. That's also a good one too. UPS truck runs out on prom date. Tragedy ensues. Yes. Murda says Cowabunga. Turtly out of control is what I would name this one.
I think that's, I don't know. That picture makes me sad for some reason.
I always assume the best about animals, and I could be wrong. But we'll move on. Why is there no toilet paper? That's what I'm saying. There's like multiple things to these pictures that you just are like, what? What is going on? All right. Thank you very much for the 100 bits, Tigerfish. Love it. Love you, buddy. What would you title this image as, Lexia?
Deep art.
Okay. What would I would call it? What would I call it? Scan-sketty. I think that's what I would title this one, but Jesus, that's such a mess.
I'm just imagining someone was like,
oh, no, Rag got it. Rag got it. Copy pasta. Easy. That's the winner
next.
for sure. Sorry, go on.